You walk into a room and forget why you're there. You can't remember your neighbor's name even though you've met them 5 times. Your grandchild tells you a story and by morning it's gone. What if I told you that 7 minutes before bed tonight could be the difference between losing your memory and protecting it for the next 20 years? I'm about to share a scientifically backed routine that's helping thousands of people over 65 reclaim their mental sharpness, and you can start tonight. But here's the catch. Most people do the exact opposite of what actually works. Stay with me because what you're about to learn could change everything. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Emma, and this channel is dedicated to helping you live your healthiest, sharpest years after 65. Now before we dive in, I need you to do something for me. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because what we're covering today is information your doctor probably hasn't told you, and I don't want you to miss future videos that could transform your health. Here's the truth that nobody talks about. Memory loss isn't inevitable. Yes, I said it. The idea that you're supposed to become forgetful as you age is one of the biggest myths in modern medicine. Your brain has something called neuroplasticity, which means it can form new connections and even grow new brain cells well into your 80s and 90s. But here's where it gets interesting. Most of this repair and growth happens while you sleep. That's exactly why what you do in the 7 minutes before bed is so critical. Let me paint a picture. You're watching TV, and suddenly you can't remember the name of that actor you've seen 100 times. You go to the store without a list and come home missing half of what you needed. You tell the same story twice to the same person. These aren't just senior moments. They're warning signs that your brain isn't getting what it needs. And here's what's really happening the day your brain accumulates something called metabolic waste. Think of it like exhaust from a car engine. This waste includes proteins like beta amyloid, which when it builds up, is directly linked to memory problems and even Alzheimer's disease. Your brain has a cleaning system called the glymphatic system, and it works primarily while you sleep. But here's the problem. If you're not preparing your brain correctly before bed, this cleaning system doesn't work efficiently. Most people over 65 make 3 critical mistakes before bed. Mistake number 1. They watch stimulating content right until they close their eyes. News, social media, intense TV shows. This keeps your brain in a high alert state, preventing deep sleep. Mistake number 2. They go to bed with unprocessed stress and worries. Your brain can't clean itself properly when it's still processing emotional turmoil. Mistake number 3. They don't signal their brain that it's time to consolidate memories. Without this signal, your brain doesn't know to move information from short-term to long-term storage. The result? Poor sleep quality, inefficient brain cleaning, and accelerated memory decline. But it doesn't have to be this way. I'm going to walk you through a simple 7-minute routine that addresses all 3 of these problems. This routine is based on research from Stanford, Harvard, and leading memory clinics around the world. Grab a pen and paper, or better yet, leave a comment below saying, "I'm starting tonight to commit to trying this." The first 2 minutes are what I call the brain dump. Here's what you do. Grab a notebook and for 2 minutes write down everything that's on your mind. And I mean everything. Worries, tomorrow's to-do list, random thoughts, things you don't want to forget. Why this works? Research from the University of Texas shows that writing down your thoughts before bed literally offloads cognitive burden from your brain. It's like setting down heavy bags you've been carrying all day. Your brain no longer has to use energy keeping track of these things during sleep, so it can focus on cleaning and memory consolidation instead. Pro tip: keep this notebook by your bed every single night. Make it a non-negotiable habit. One viewer, Margaret, 68, told me she was skeptical about this. But after just 1 week of doing the brain dump, she said it felt like turning off a faucet of anxiety that had been running in her head for years. Now, for minutes 3 and 4, we shift gears completely. In the same notebook, write down 3 specific things you're grateful for from today. But here's the key. They must be specific, and you must write why you're grateful for them. Not just my family, but my grandson called me today, and hearing his voice reminded me of how much love I have in my life. Not just my health, but I was able to walk to the mailbox without pain, which means I'm maintaining my strength. Why this works? Studies from UCLA's Memory and Aging Center show that gratitude activates the prefrontal cortex and enhances hippocampal function. That's the part of your brain responsible for forming new memories. Plus, gratitude reduces cortisol, the stress hormone that damages memory over time. But there's something even more powerful happening here. When you recall specific positive memories from your day and feel grateful for them, you're actually rehearsing the process of memory retrieval. You're exercising your memory muscle. Think of this as a workout for your brain's memory center. Minute 5 is called the memory replay. Close your eyes and mentally walk through your day in chronological order. Where did you wake up? What did you have for breakfast? Who did you talk to? What did you do? Don't write this down. Just mentally replay it like you're watching a movie of your day. Why this works? This is based on a technique used by elite athletes and memory champions called memory consolidation rehearsal. When you actively recall your day, you strengthening the neural pathways that store those memories. Research from Northwestern University shows that this type of active recall before sleep leads to a 40% improvement in memory retention compared to passive thinking or going straight to sleep. Here's what one of our subscribers, Robert71, said. I started doing this, and within 2 weeks, my wife noticed I was remembering conversations we had earlier in the day. Things I would have completely forgotten before. You're literally programming your brain to get better at remembering. Now we move to minute 6. The breathing reset. This is incredibly simple but incredibly powerful. Sit comfortably or lie down. Place one hand on your chest and one on your belly. Breathe in slowly through your nose for a count of 4, feeling your belly rise. Hold for a count of 4. Breathe out slowly through your mouth for a count of 6, feeling your belly fall. Hold empty for a count of 2. Repeat this cycle 4 times. That's about 1 minute. Why this works? This specific breathing pattern activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your body's rest and digest mode. A Stanford study found that this type of breathing reduces amygdala activity, your brain stress center, and enhances activity in the hippocampus, your memory center. But here's the really cool part. This breathing pattern also increases cerebrospinal fluid flow, which helps flush out those toxic proteins I mentioned earlier. You're literally helping your brain clean itself. The final minute is what I call the learning lock-in. Before you turn off the lights, review one new thing you learned today. It could be a fact, a name, a new word, something from a conversation, or even something from this video. Read it or think about it for 30 seconds, then close your eyes and try to recall it for another 30 seconds. Why this works? There's a phenomenon in neuroscience called sleep-dependent memory consolidation. Whatever you review in the moments before sleep gets prioritized for long-term storage. Your brain essentially says, this must be important. We reviewed it right before rest, so let's lock this in. A study published in Psychological Science found that people who reviewed information right before sleep had 35% better recall days later, compared to those who reviewed it earlier in the day. You're essentially giving your brain a highlighted instruction. Save this. And over time, this practice doesn't just help you remember what you reviewed. It improves your brain's overall ability to form and retain memories. Let's pull this all together. In just 7 minutes, here's what you've done. The brain dump cleared mental clutter so your brain can focus on repair. The gratitude reflection activated your memory centers and reduced harmful stress hormones. The memory replay strengthened the neural pathways that store your daily experiences. The breathing reset activated your body's relaxation response and enhanced brain cleaning fluid flow. The learning lock-in programmed your brain to prioritize memory consolidation during sleep. This isn't magic. This is neuroscience applied practically. And the best part? This routine takes less time than scrolling through social media before bed, which is actually harming your memory. Studies show that blue light from screens and stimulating content before bed suppress melatonin, disrupt sleep architecture, and reduce memory consolidation by up to 50%. You're not just adding a good habit, you're replacing a harmful one. I want to share some messages I've received from subscribers who've implemented this routine. Linda, 67. After 3 weeks of this routine, I remembered my great-granddaughter's birthday without anyone reminding me. That hasn't happened in 2 years. I actually cried. James, 72. My doctor asked me what I've been doing differently because my cognitive test scores improved. I told him about this routine and he said, whatever you're doing. Patricia, 69. I sleep better, I remember better, and I feel more like myself again. 7 minutes changed my life. These aren't isolated cases. When you give your brain what it needs, it responds. Now here's where I need you to take action. I want you to do 3 things right now. First, if this information was valuable to you, hit that like button. It helps this video reach more people who desperately need this information. Second, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. I post videos every week with science-backed strategies to help you stay sharp, healthy, and independent after 65. Don't miss out. Third, and most important, try this routine tonight. Not tomorrow, not next week. Tonight. I want you to comment below, "I'm starting tonight," to publicly commit. Studies show that when you publicly declare a commitment, you're 42% more likely to follow through. And here's a challenge. Do this for 21 days straight. That's how long it takes to form a habit. Then come back to this video and leave a comment telling me what changed for you. To make this even easier, I've created a free downloadable guide with this entire routine written out step by step, plus a 21-day tracking sheet. The link is in the description below. Grab it, print it, and put it on your nightstand. Remember, memory loss is not inevitable. You have more control than you think. Your brain is capable of incredible things at any age, but only if you give it what it needs. 7 minutes. That's all it takes. The question is, are you willing to invest 7 minutes tonight to protect your memory for the next 20 years? I believe you are. Try this tonight. Track your progress. And come back to tell me your results. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video, where we're going to talk about the 5 foods that are secretly destroying your memory and what to eat instead. Until then, take care of that beautiful brain of yours.